Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in for this first round of the state titles of the Kneeboard Surfing Victoria. We're down here at Rye Beach. We're going to kick off the action real soon at 9:30 with the first heat in the water, which would be Stan, Dave and Steve. We'll see Stan in the red, Dave in the white and Steve in the yellows. And we're looking at really good offshore conditions, bit of wind today. So the lads will be pushing themselves over the ledge to get into a few. There's a few on options with the left and the right. Looking at the reformers on the inside here. And there's a few out the back though, so it'll be interesting to see whether the competitors do head out there and grab a couple of those ones. Conditions are 3 to 4 foot. The inside is averaging 2 to 4 foot. Thanks for tuning in. This is State Titles Round 1 of Kneeboard Surfing Victoria down here at Rye on the Mornington Peninsula. Action will be underway at 9:30. blue white on live heats? Because on live heats...
No, so they've had to reshuffle.
Okay. So what's that competitor's name?
Dave Sexton. Blue.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Internet's gone to shit, so scores aren't going to come through, mate.
Oh, okay.
Still on paper.
Oh, do you want to connect to my internet?
Can I?
Yeah.
What's the hotspot?
I'll write it down. I'll just see if you can reach it from there, though.
Your Starlink's a bit weird, but I've got 4 devices I've got to line up and it might take off. So we'll get going.
Yeah, I understand.
You got enough charge? Tough out there.
I'm just going to jot something down. The password to my Wi-Fi I'll jot down somewhere. Can I jot down the password to my... Yeah, yeah, awesome.
What were you saying?
Is that so we can connect up?
Yep, yep.
Oh, because you got your Starlink.
Yeah.
Steve Farmer's come in.
That should make sense.
Oh, man, thank you. Faisal, Goss.
Ghost.
Ghost.
Pizel Ghost. 44 hashtag. Brucey's got the password. Okay. So the internet shot itself over there and we'll not be transmitting live heats. Heats underway. See Dave Sexton in the lineup, making his way over to Stan. Competitor in yellow has already made his way to the beach, and live heats clock has started. Fantastic. So Steve Farmer's on the shoreline looking for another approach at today's conditions. We can see Stan out the back there. He's been stationed out the back there for nearly 15 minutes now, waiting for this heat to get underway. There are, excuse me, there are some good right-handers out there where Stan has positioned himself. Looks like my horizon's having a crack at being crooked. Anyway, everybody at home, we'll just get rid of the horizon, that'll sort us out. All right. Dave's making his way sort of on the inside there of Stan, and Steve is negotiating the shoreline down the front here. Nice lull to start off this heat, just so everyone can actually get into that competitive vibes for this round 1 of the state titles of Kneeboarding Victoria. There's a few rocks around the shoreline here that the competitors need to be concerned about entering and exiting the water. However, some of the locals here have got the upper hand. We're down on the lovely Mornington Peninsula, and here's Stan Coford having a really good look at this one. He's up and riding. Nice big swooping cutback there for Stan. Rebounds off that white water. He's pumping his way into the inside here, hoping this one's going to stand up and present some more. He's cutting back, staying with it, but that just fades out for him. Definitely some points in that first turn there for Stan. Let's check out the KSV replay. And here we see Stan just through the inside section there. We sort of missed the start of his replay, or should I say his wave here on this replay. Just got the back end of it, unfortunately. Long ride there by Stan. And he definitely got some decent points out of that one. Now, competitors have a big playing field today to master, and a bit of option on offer, lefts and rights. Dave's positioned himself just out the front here at the west end of Rye. He's having a good look at this one. He's had a good look but didn't quite get onto it. Stan's now going to go join Dave over there on this left-hander. He's having a look at this one. Opts not to pull the trigger on it. And Steve here on the inside is having a good look at this right-hander. Now there's some really good churning right-handers through the inside here. And what we'll see is the water moving from east to west, as we can see Steve here just negotiating that rip bowl. He's had a look at that one, didn't want anything to do with it. Dave too has a few options on offer. Stan's having a good look at this one. He's got onto it and he's going left. Rips it off the top, floats really well, and negotiating that bit of wobble in the backwash there. Unfortunately comes unstuck. That'll give him a good rinsing, wake him up first thing this morning. One of those will. Now we've got Stan negotiating the journey back out into the lineup. Davey's yet to pull the trigger on his first wave here in today's first heat. Just on 15 minutes remaining in the heat. Tune in at live heats for the scores once we get everything connected, as the internet has shut itself. And all in all, once that's up and running, we will be able to follow along with today's scoring. Stan's definitely caught on the inside here, negotiating his way back out into the lineup. That's going to be sapping a fair bit of energy out of him. Not really giving him that easy little paddle back out after that. Juicy bit of backwash that just ejected him off his board. He was surfing that wave with some really good intent too. You can see all three competitors here just waiting to get back out in the lineup. Stan and Steve. With this lull, Stan's definitely got the opportunity to reposition himself. Steve's having a look at that one on the inside there. Opts not to go. Now the lads need to be careful through this inside section. It's quite close to the rocky shoreline, and where Dave is actually sitting out the back there, it's a patience game for sure. Thanks for tuning in today for this round one of the state titles, Kneeboarding Victoria. We've got some good conditions on offer. It's just a matter of finding those waves when they do come through. The tide is filling in as the morning progresses, and we'll see conditions adapt to that rising tide. Here's Steve underway on the inside here. He drops to the bottom, tacks that lip nicely, pulls off out the back. Go to the KSV replay. Steve's waves here should be popping up. There he is, off the bottom, straight into that lip. Pulls off out the back. Stan's still negotiating his way back out the back. Here we go. Steve having another look. Didn't want it. Dave just out the back there behind Steve. He has a look as well. And Stan's still negotiating his way back out the back here. So with today's conditions, the team have gathered around earlier this morning down at Gunnamatta. We were looking to go to second car park and have the competition there this morning. Due to inside local knowledge, we relocated further down the road to Rye Ocean Beach here. Now, one of the most impressive trailers, the KSV trailer. Oh, Stan is up and riding, fanging off the bottom, rips into a beautiful cutback, cops that lip as he tries to negotiate that shore break. Let's go to the KSV replay here. Stan Coford. So what we'll see in and amongst this section here is Stan just eyes off this wave, finds himself nice off the bottom for a snap, and then just cops an earful of that lip there. Now he's making his way back out through this rip bowl. And as the next heat sorts and situates itself to enter the lineup, Steve has a look at that one. Doesn't pull the trigger on it. Stan got a 1.93 for his last ride. His earlier wave there, what we saw with a huge cutback over on the west end of Rye Beach here, got him a nice juicy 2.83. Wasn't much left in it after that first turn, so the judges have sort of set the scale that the bigger waves are going to give us those higher scores, and those bigger turns are definitely going to add to the kitty in a healthy way. Now the judges' booth, there it is, the KSV trailer, one of the most impressive trailers I have seen in my time doing board riders. And next heat, entering the water. Before too long, we've got Red, Kaglowski, Pete Fairweather, Alistair Ryan and Andy Whitehead in the next heat. So 4 competitors, that keeps things entertaining. And the cameraman very, very sharp. As well as the commentator today. If you're tuning in, send me a message if you like. If you're tuning in on live heats, tag Carve Media and live heats. And put a post out there. You can see those sets out the back just rifling through, so we will see a bit of action like that from time to time. And they're really nice, those ones, especially out the front here. I'm surprised none of our competitors are waiting patiently for this right-hander out the front. Pete Fairweather making his way out to the lineup. Got himself a quad fin today. Beautiful looking board there, Pete. So Stan has made his way into the lineup once again. He's going to have a good look at this one. I reckon he'll pull the trigger, and he has. And he's up, riding, pumping down the line. Got a little bit of backwash to negotiate there and cuts back into the source of what's required to get his next move off the top, executed. Then another beautiful bottom turn with a rebound off the whitewater. Well-ridden wave there by Stan. Lots of points in it for the lad. Here, the KSV replay. Let's see what Stan had on offer here. That's that negotiation he had to make with the backwash. And as he's trying to pump his way down into this inside section, tees off on a bit of a floater. wraps it up with a foam climb. Heaps of points in that one for Stan. Just under 7 minutes remaining in this heat. The judges will be piecing together all the points there. They are in the trailer. Piecing together all the points for that last ride of Stan Coford's. I hope I'm not butchering that pronunciation there, Stan, forgive me. Next heat in preparation. As we see the lads out the back here, Dave and Steve. Dave's still yet to open up his campaign here today with the first heat in the water. Now I did hear the judges, or should I say contest directors, utilising this first heat as a benchmark of what's on offer throughout proceedings today. After that wave into the shore break, Stan's opted to go to the east of Rye and just really jump into this flow of water that's given him the opportunity just to coast on out, back into the lineup. Down here at beautiful Rye Ocean Beach. Conditions today with a rising tide right now. We have 2 to 4 foot. Pretty much a consistent 2 to 3 foot with the odd 4 foot set coming through. And some of those sets do present with a 5 footer. Offshore conditions, quite firm offshore, and which will allow these boys to really feel that breeze as they drop into the section of any of these waves. Stan's finally made his way back into the lineup as Andy Whitehead makes his way out to join the rest of the team down on the sand for the next heat. Stan's having a good look at this one. He couldn't see much opportunity on offer, so opted to not go. And out the back here, we see the rider in yellow having a look. Didn't get onto it, unfortunately. Dave Sexton on the inside has a look. Didn't want anything to do with it. And then and here we have Stan Coford having a really good look, staying busy. Probably just going to recharge a little. There was a bit of an effort there for him to get out into the lineup. He's been very active throughout the entire heat. He got a 4.57 for that last ride. A lot of points there gained throughout the duration of that ride, and we're just 3.5 minutes remaining in the heat with a commanding lead on a 7.4 by Stan and a 1.17 by Steve, and Davey's yet to open his account. All in all, we're seeing some good sets coming through out the back, peeling left and right quite fast, and we will see a beautiful right-hander here down at Rye Ocean Beach, just making its way to the east. Stan Coford here on the inside having a good look as this set rolls in through to Stan. He didn't quite get onto it, he would have loved to, but there's a bit of backwash in that one. Now, is that going to set him up in position for this next one? He's having a look, he's having to think about it. He's turning, didn't quite get onto it. Now that next heat has positioned itself into that little riptide there, just jumping in on and amongst that, allowing them to get out the back. Stan Coford is up and riding once again, rips into a backwash cuddy. Here he is off the bottom, lining up that closeout section, tees off beautifully, whips into it nicely, and completes that. Let's just check out the KSV replay. Stan Coford's last wave here. You see the crew just preparing themselves for the next heat. riding that, and his stand on the backwash. He was lucky to hold on to that one, and then from there, eyes off this closeout section, and just wallops that one right through to the inside. The young lad himself now, he's making his way back out with 1.5 minutes remaining. Stan Coford staying very, very busy here, going with this west to east water flow into the rip, and then he'll hang a right hand turn and then back out the back. Now the remaining competitors of the heat, Dave and Steve, are waiting patiently over in the west end of Rye here. Now the west end of Rye does cop a decent amount of backwash, so there's a lot to negotiate there. Seen a bit of action over here at the west end. Up and riding, athlete in yellow. Closed out on him, so he didn't hold on to that one for very long. Probably a wise choice. Now you can see some of the competitors in the lineup out the front here. Having a good look, Stan Coford up and riding. He's found a beauty, bowling out here on this rip bowl. Rips into a beautiful cut back there. Another beautiful cut back there for Stan. And then there's the siren for that heat. Let's just check out the KSV replay. Stan Coford's last wave. So here on the west end, we just got bottom turn there as Stan dropped into that one. And here he is off the top and into another cut back there. And right through to the inside. Well surfed heat there by Stan Coford. Now we're ripping into the next heat. We've got the red flag up, just waiting for things to get underway. Now this next heat, we have Pete Fairweather in red, Red Koglowski in white, Alistair Ryan in yellow, Andy Whitehead in blue. And they've opted to sit just out the front here on this right-hander. So we'll see a lot of up-close action of today's competitors in this second round. The KSV state titles, round one down here at Mornington Peninsula. Good conditions on offer, just got to find the right wave. There's some sets coming through, which is good. Whoa, gee.
Scare you, mate.
Oh, you come up like a, yeah. Yeah.
It's just totally changing the whole time, isn't it?
Yes, as that tide does come in, it is absolutely being a chameleon. And Stan there. We've got Stan here negotiating the rocks on the inside, so we do have concerns for our athletes today that the shoreline here has a lot of unexposed rocks, but also exposed rocks. And he safely made it out through there with knowledge and experience as a local. Now with this heat underway, it hasn't quite started just yet. Oh, the green light flag's up. Live heats has just kicked in and we're off and running. So what do you reckon, Bruce?
I don't know, mate. I just judged the last heat and it was pretty hard going for all surfers.
That's right.
I didn't expect it to be this bumpy up in blue.
No, it is negotiable. We saw a lot of backwash there. A couple of the waves. Stan got his mittens on. He had to negotiate a lot of his turns through a bit of a wobble.
It's the left looked like it was going to start happening. We had Davey Sexton out the back waiting for the whole heat to get his first wave. Oh, up in red, we've got Pete Fairweather. No.
Yeah, he had to negotiate that closeout there right onto the shoreline. We'll go to the KSV replay. And here we see Pete having a good look at this one. He got his eyes on it early and drops into it beautifully as it bowls down the line. And then it just doubled up on him and he didn't want anything to do with that shorey whatsoever. But that'll open up his heat, get that momentum moving for him. We noticed Stan stayed quite busy in that last heat, Bruce.
Yeah, he did, mate. Found himself in positions where the waves were sort of breaking, and then Steve and Dave just found themselves in no man's land, really. Steve had a bit of a rough start to the heat. On the last heat, he got caught inside. He had to do the lap of honour. It's funny how with these sets and the size of the waves this week, where you had Swellnet sort of like forecasting 4 to 5 foot waves throughout the week, and it's been up to 10 foot nearly each day, 8 to 10 foot each day. And they expected 3 foot today, and I don't know, out the back, if I wouldn't say 6 foot at least, I'll be saying he. But anyway, we've got to deal with the conditions we've got. Little shoreys at Rye at the stage. Yeah, it's very, very difficult to get one to connect through, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially picking it through the inside here, as it's a little bit hard to read it as it moves its way from out the back. And as that tide fills in, and we pointed out earlier with the backwash, and then also position him with the sweep east to west. However, we did, yeah, as you mentioned, Steve's little run around, so the competitors have that option, which we saw Stan utilise quite a lot in the last heat to reposition himself. But here comes some sets now. Hopefully the lads can find one. We've got Blue having a good look. He's pulling the trigger, nearly gets a cover up there on the takeoff. Beautiful cutback. And then Andy Whitehead cops it in the head.
Yes, mate. Only the way Andy knows, cops it in the head.
And here we go with the KSV replay of Andy's last wave. We actually kicked off this start of this on the wrong camera there, but we got his little cut back to a guillotine across the chops. Very, very courageous there of Andy in that shoreline. Yep. Thanks, Brucey, for joining us here on the commentary as we see Red up and riding. Pete Fairweather down the line, tees off onto that closeout with a beautiful floater. Excellent choice there by Pete. Let's go to the KSV replay to see that one again. There's Andy making his way out, and in the background there we can see Pete just eyed it off, pulled the trigger, sat patiently there with a shallow bottom turn to keep his momentum down the line, because that was breaking quite quick, and then teed off on that closeout most beautifully. And as Bruce and I was commenting earlier, here we can see Alistair utilising the flow of the water from west to east. So what we're seeing here is that transition right to left of the screen down here on the shoreline, and his fellow competitor there, Red, also just about to turn the corner. So once he gets out there, the water flow will go from left to right of the screen, and that's where the lads can reset themselves out the front here on the right-hander that comes through as a reformer when the bigger sets hit this part of Mornington Peninsula's coastline. Rye Ocean Beach. the judges have really got their skills cut out for them today, with competitors stretched out across this part of the coastline. We have now on screen Pete Fairweather at the west end, and then other competitors over at the east end here. So the judges will need to keep themselves very sharp and appointed to each competitor, especially in these four-man heats. And I do believe that we may see a left-hander start forming as this water fills in just over here to the east end, which would be great. However, that might not kick in till about 11 o'clock, maybe 10:30. Now what we have remaining in this heat is just a little bit over 13 minutes. Pete's got himself 2 waves. His last ride gave him a 4.87. And Andy got himself a 2.23. So that guillotine to the head. So there's some points for that effort, attacking that wave. A bit of a lull here, just as the ocean calms itself down, the waters stop moving. Out in front here, settled a little bit more. The next set will come in from the west, fill it all in. Oh, we've got a rider down the front here, red, tees off there. That was a cheeky little inside one. Didn't quite get the start of his wave there. We definitely got the end of it here. Let's see if we can capture that on the KSV replay. And there's Pete Fairweather out the back, and then boom, close out. Floater there for red. Oh, blue's up and riding out the back. Andy Whitehead off the top, executed well, rides out cleanly. Just the one turn in that one. And then we've got Pete Fairweather out the back, hammering down the line, tacks that section, and just gets absolutely vaporized. Here on the KSV replay, what have we captured? Andy Whitehead's nice little tee off, shoots out cleanly. That was an excellent execution there by Andy Whitehead. And then Pete Fairweather straight behind him just got vaporized as he attacks that section on that one too. That little set there, we can see a lot of the water coming back into play. A lot of movement after that little lull, and it settled itself. We've got Ryan on the inside here, utilising that water flow to get himself repositioned back out the back. And Pete Fairweather's having a good look at that closeout, doesn't want anything to do with it. I don't blame him. Decent amount of water moving through the inside there. Now Andy's positioned himself quite a distance down to the west. We've got Red Kuklowski over here on the east end, and Ryan just making his way back out. And here we go. Pete Fairweather's spotted one. He's pulled the trigger, bit of backwash in the takeoff there. He's pumping down the line. He's trying to get some speed and momentum out of this one. What's on offer? A little bit of a closeout, and it did wobble up for him with a bit of backwash. And he's rode out of that one cleanly, all the way through to the inside. Let's check out the KSV replay on Pete's last wave. Hammering down the line here. He really wanted to hit that section hard because there wasn't much on offer. But at that point in time, the wave sort of filled in and became quite wobbly for Pete's closeout turn. Interesting to see what the judges give that score. Scores are loading for Pete's last wave. You can see some of today's competitors looking on, waiting, and trying to pick the eyes out of these conditions down at Rye. And a beautiful beach, beautiful day, a little bit overcast today. Offshore, can't complain really. There's a lot of waves on offer, and here we see Andy Whitehead having a good look at this one. He really wants it. He's hammering it, paddling hard, didn't quite get it. Over here at the east end, we've got Red Kukowski and Ryan, or should I say Alistair Ryan, with just 8.5 minutes remaining in this heat. Pete's having a look, Andy's having a look. Did Andy get hold of it? Andy did. Andy's off the bottom, finds the top section there and floats out of it cleanly. He's going to come in, he's going to do the runaround on that one. Let's go to the KSV replay, see that one in action. Andy's last wave. He really made the most of that section there, but it did give him a bit of a negotiation in that wobble to deal with. As that lip was moving, it would have been hard to time it as he wanted to, which would have left some points in the bucket. It's all about timing and executing the nice, clean, solid approach to the lip, rebound off that lip as it pitches. Pete's on his way further to the west. He did start out there earlier this morning in his little warm-up session, and he found a couple of nice right-handers over there, and he's on the hunt for a few more by the looks of it. Alistair's here now negotiating that left to right flow of water as the rip bowl down here at Rye Car Park likes to present itself in that manner. Pete's separated himself from the shore break nonsense and that backwash to see if he can actually get himself a nice clean wall. Something with a good lip line. Out there's where Stan got his nice big cutback. He first started last heat out there. There's a good bit of canvas on offer. It's just got to be a patient individual, patience game out there for sure. There's Pete, he had a look at that one, wanted to get into it, didn't quite get hold of it. Out the front here, Red Kukowski's having a look. Poor pronunciation from this Tasmania of Red's last name. Oh, Pete's up and riding. Where is the lad? There he is off the top. Oh, it comes unstuck unfortunately as he dropped out of the lip on that one. Let's go to the KSV replay, see what actually happened and transposed of that wave there of Pete Fairweather's. So we're having a look at a Red here in the rip here, and then we cut over here to Pete's wave. Got him off the bottom and just drops out of the lip on that free fall. And then just come unstuck as well. With a mask. So remaining in the heat is 4.5 minutes, so we will see the next heat entering the water before too long. All in and amongst that one is Owen Fairweather, the son of Pete, who's out in the water now. Bruce Sherlock in white, Gary Finger in yellow, and Grayson Hyde in blue. A couple of the young boys in and amongst that mix. We will see the old boys take it to the young boys with what's on offer, and I can see that the ocean may be settling down just a little bit and actually organising itself and really presenting some decent rides out here in the next half hour. And in the next half... Yeah, I know. Yeah. And we will see everything come together. There's Grayson over there on his way out. So a bit of a lull at the moment. Competitors sitting and waiting patiently for the next set to arrive. Okay. Where are we at? Where are we? Oh, Grommy's on the dunes. Pete's still over yonder. And a minute and a half remaining as the next heat enters the water. Out the back, Pete Fairweather looks like he has an opportunity to get in and amongst it. He lets the first one go. There is a second one behind, but it looks like it's going to break out wide of him. Not much wall on offer, but he really wants a piece of it. With a minute remaining in the heat, he's not going to get much out of that one, but he's up and riding and pulls out immediately. Now, just trying to locate our other competitors. They were out the front here. Oh, there's Red. May have found a bit of a left-hander. Pete Fairweather over on the other bank still. He paddled back out with 15 seconds remaining. He's actually going to find one by the looks of it. He's up and riding, you beauty. And he was up and riding before the buzzer. Beautiful cut back there by Pete. He's pumping through to the inside. That's all that's left in that one. Let's go to the KSV replay. Pete's last wave. And that's the end of that heat. Andy Whitehead takes out the heat from Pete Fairweather. Andy with a 7.87, Pete with a 6.77. And next heat in the water. We'll get underway before too long. We've got Grayson in blue just out the front here. Owen Fairweather as well, just out the front here. Waiting for that green flag to go up. Bruce Sherlock in white. He's waiting for that green flag to go up as well. And then Gary Finger in yellow is somewhere to be found here in the lineup. Cannot spot him just yet. Next heat is underway. We'll see Grayson out the back having a good look at this one. He didn't go. We'll see the lads on the inside. Here's Owen, he's having a look. He wants to get his campaign underway. Brucey's having a look too, wants to get his campaign underway. Big sets rolling through. Owen Fairweather pulls the trigger, pumping down the line. Nice cup on this one, comes off the bottom, floats beautifully. That signature float by Owen Fairweather. Great way to start. And then we've got the young lad over there, which is Grayson, ripping in too. That one fizzled out into a double up. Here's the KSV replay of Owen Fairweather's last wave. He finds it easy, drops it down that section, pumping and just tees off on that closeout. You beauty, he says, down into the next section as it doubles up, hoping for some more action, but then pulls out. And that was the end of that one there for Owen Fairweather. Now that's got to really get your blood pumping. Start of a heat. Bivalol's, the surfers reposition themselves. And here we see Grayson having a good look at this one. Brucey Sherlock's found it. No, he hasn't. Owen on the inside, found it, pumping down the line. May get a cover up. Tees off into a cutty. As you see Grayson out the back here, wherever he may be. Oh, tees off on that section beautifully. And Brucey out the back having a look. We're seeing a little bit more form and shape to the lineup. Those last couple of waves ridden by the lads had a good, nice line on them as they peeled off down the rip here. Those bigger sets have backed off as well. So a lot of the energy with the higher tide will make its way to the shoreline instead of breaking out the back and dissipating a lot of energy out there as well. Okay, what's happening out here in the lineup? Owen's having a good look at this one, finds it nicely as a backwash, and he's fanging down the line, pulls out the back. We see a lot of wobble in it here as the tide fills in. Grayson's found one. No, didn't pull the trigger. Here's this last ride of Owen's as he negotiates that backwash. Has a decent amount of pace down the line, but no turns were made as the section didn't present itself for Owen Fairweather. "15 minutes remaining in the heat. We will..." And Grayson finds one. No, doesn't get onto it. Thanks for tuning in today. State titles round 1 for Kneeboarding Victoria. And we're down here in Mornington Peninsula for this round. It's proposed that the next 2 rounds, one in October, one in November, will be on Phillip Island. And we're scheduled to live broadcast those as well. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the webcast this morning. Today's competition, we're into heat 3 of the day. Last time the team got together was for the Neil Luke Classic, held at Flynn's Reef on Phillip Island. Beautiful conditions for the Neil Luke Classic. Got to stream some of the finals on the Sunday there. Here we have Bruce having a look at this one. Owen picks it out from under him, gets a double up, drops down that double up section, and then just kicks off out the back. Just under 13.5 minutes remaining. And those bigger sets have backed off considerably. Live Heats has now shut itself down by the looks of it. I'm not sure what's happened there. And must be having some technical issues. As a live broadcaster, I'm well and truly familiar with technical issues. Owen having a look at that one. Must be a little bit of frustration on this heat's competitors, as the ocean has sort of taken a bit of a rest, given the fact that we had a decent amount of action. Throughout the start of this competition today, round 1 of the state titles, Kneeboard Surfing Victoria. The tide is filling in nicely. We saw in the earlier heat there, Stan Cofford negotiate the rocks on the shoreline. They are quite jagged. I've heard people actually breaking their leg in there. So that would not be nice, having to tangle with that shoreline and those rocks. A few of the lads on looking, having a good suss before they paddle out. Owen's looking busy. He really wants a piece of this one. He may not pull the trigger. He's having a look at the next one as it reforms. Grayson had a look out the back. Owen wants it, but it doesn't look too good from his position where he is. So he doesn't pull the trigger on that one either. And here we have Bruce having a look. He's down, he's dropping into it, he's pumping hard, goes for that section. I think Grayson went left too. Unfortunately, there wasn't much in it for Bruce. Grayson actually got a decent ride there, but we missed it here on the webcast for the KSV Round 1 state titles. Owen Fairweather having a look there. And as we see Grayson negotiating his journey back out into the lineup. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't capture Grayson's wave. Be interesting to see what points he gets out of that, but live heats has shut down. Some waves approaching. Owen's having a really good look at this one. It's doubling up. He's probably going to go under it. Bruce is having a look on the inside. He didn't grab hold of it either. There's another opportunity here. That backwash is creating a decent amount of trouble for today's competitors. So the lads are just waiting for their turn in the heat today. Water's still pretty warm. Wind can get a bit chilly early in the morning, but it's not too bad today. Still rugged up though. It's not like we're in shorts and a t-shirt. We're definitely got pants and a jumper on. Grayson having a look at this one out the back. He's going to pull the trigger, gets into it, looking for a tube. Didn't want any part of it though. Oh, he's just resurfaced. He was under for a bit. And here we have Owen pulling the trigger on this one. Rips into a pumping cutback. Rebounds off that white water. Pumps into the next section. Tees off beautifully for that signature Owen Fairweather float. That is great. Let's go over to the KSV replay. Watch Owen's last wave. Pumps into that first cutback turn, rebounds off the white water, then skips into the next float. Fantastic surfing there by Owen. A lot of points in that one, and looks like live heats is still non-functional, but that's okay. We can deal with our technical issues, whether it's live heats, whether it's Carve Media broadcasting. If you are tuning in today on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. I don't spam, I don't put rubbish up. It's all about surfing, and it's all about live broadcast these days. Grayson's having a look. Brucey's probably going to end up with an opportunity too. He's having a really good look at this first one. Lets it go. Owen's having a look over there where he's sitting. Bruce is having another look. Grayson's having a good look. Bit of action throughout here. But all those are just closeouts. A lot of energy pushing around. Grayson's having a look at this one. Opts not to go. Bruce is having a look at the next one. Opts not to go. So a little flurry of action, but no waves ridden, given the fact that they were all closeouts. So after that flurry of activity out there, we can see Bruce and Owen having a chat about conditions. Grayson having a good look at this next one coming at him. Let's just check to see if Live Heats has fixed itself. Unfortunately not at this stage. Internet may be down in the judge's booth. Probably resorted back to pen and paper. Not even too sure how much time's remaining in this heat, actually. Very great bit of architecture there, software as a service of Live Heats, providing that scoring benefit for all the viewers at home and frothing surfers. Thanks for tuning in though. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast so far. Oh, there's some riding going on. Owen Struth sort of missed that one, didn't we? He got a bit of a cover up. Boys have found the left-hander coming to life. Okay, they've meandered over to the west end of Rye here. If you're planning on coming down today, come and jump on the commentary with me. And here's Grayson having a look at that one. The wind is starting to pick up a little. It's meant to get quite wild around about lunchtime. we should be done and dusted by then, I guess. Grayson having a good look at this one. Slots into it beautifully off the bottom, snaps off the top, wraps into another bottom turn. That lip just came down on him a little bit sooner than he would have liked. Let's go to the KSV replay on that one. There's Brucey. Ah. Here's Grayson's last ride here on the replay. Off the bottom, taps off the top, and just couldn't quite make it back up to the section there after that. Bruce is making his way in, probably going to do the runaround. Not 100% sure, but the yellow flag is up, so potentially Bruce may be pulling the pin on this session with that yellow flag up. Not sure how long the yellow flag has been up. However, it was a slow heat towards the end of it. Grayson got a couple, Owen got a couple, Bruce got a couple. Somewhat challenging conditions for the lads. And there's the red flag now. Siren's gone. It's the end of that heat. So those competitors are on their way in. Next heats, competitors are yet to get down onto the sand or even present themselves in rush vests. Everything's pretty easy going down here. Oh, the young lad dropping into one after his heat, fanging down the line, floats beautifully, rides out cleanly. Now that's not in the heat, but let's just go to the KSV replay and get another shot of that one. That was solid there by Owen Fairweather. Here we have the lads checking out the board. Bit of a thruster set up there on that one, and Owen off the bottom with considerable speed, straight off the top. Lands cleanly and rides out beautifully. Now that was after his heat, so we need to keep in mind that those scores won't be well, you know. Oh, I'm doing 5 things at once here. All right, where are we at? His live heat's back at it. Who knows? Whew. Red flag still up. Waiting for the boys to get in and amongst it. We've got Stan Cofer down on the sand, just putting his leggy on, getting himself prepared for the next heat. Grayson's on his way in after finding a little beauty. Still got a red flag. Next heat's competitors preparing themselves. And live heats is up and running again. Fantastic. All right. Okie dokie, live heats. Boom. All happening. Stan, Steve and Grayson. Grayson needs a yellow rashi. So he's just come in from his heat in a blue rashi, so he's going to have to swap himself out into a yellow one. So he's got his rashi caddy, we like to call them, the rashi caddy down there, doing the old switcheroo from blue to yellow. Yellow flags up, so we see a 5-minute signage there for our riders. State titles, round 1, KSV. Semi-final heat 1, about to kick off. Conditions are looking decent with a bit of a pulse out the back there. You can see it come through to the inside, where the boys were sitting last heat, and some rights and lefts on offer. We saw some lefts ridden in the last heat towards the end of the heat, and we may see some more of that action throughout this semi-final. "20-minute heats today. Boys are just waiting for that pulse to settle down because it had a lot of energy in it before they negotiate this shoreline here at Rye, Ocean Beach. There's a considerable amount of rocks in the water down here that need negotiating. We saw Stan earlier for the first heat this morning coming in on the rocks here at the east end of the beach, and the lads have finally entered the water, making their way back out. Grayson's on a back-to-back heater, and there he is there in the yellow rashi, just negotiating that one solidly. Gave him a bit of the old, "How's your father?" But he's all right. He's gonna zigzag his way out there, whilst the other boys really put in the west to east water flow to good use. Last gathering for the team was the Neil Luke Classic down on Phillip Island at Flynn's Reef, and it was a great weekend, 2-day event. The crew had me around for the finals day, got some of that action. It was always a tricky scenario getting down to the beach there at Flynn's with the broadcasting equipment. It's quite a long walk, but we got there in the end, and we captured a decent amount of the action. We had the privilege of Paul O'Neill and Stan commentating the actual finals, and they did a stellar effort commentating those finals. I was to find out on the day, though, that the Neil Luke Foundation, I think it is, set up by Neil Luke's daughter to encourage today's grommets to really get in and amongst kneeboarding, which I think is a great thing. There's just that close relationship kneeboarding has with the ocean. And there we go, we see the green flag go up, the siren of today's local vehicle, I don't know, might be a Ford, it might be a Toyota, tooting the horn. And our competitors now know that the heat is underway. And Stan and Steve here on the right. Grayson's opted to just chill out over on the left, and it looks like he might have found some action. I think he might have to duck dive that one. But he's not gonna, he's gonna pull the trigger. He's looking to start off, but he doesn't really get hold of it. Goes under him. Stan's looking to start his campaign off in this semi-final. Has a good look at that one. Doesn't get onto it. Out the back here, we see Steve having a good look at that one. Stan may get a piece of this one through to the inside, which he doesn't quite get onto it. It did just shut down for him. So great decision there by Stan not to actually catch that one. Because there's a lot of water moving out there, and it will definitely be quite tiring staying in position as this flow of water goes from left to right of the screen. For you viewers back at home watching, as we mentioned earlier, the flow from right to left of the screen is where our competitors today actually get that free ride over to what we see over on the east end of the beach here, where they turn the corner and the flow of the water goes from the left to the right. It's really handy once you get into rhythm with that, because you can actually set yourself up for some really nice waves. These right-handers, and we've seen earlier in earlier heats, they really bowl out with as the wave pushes against that flow of water. It's almost like a standstill wave where the wave is opposing the actual rip. And we can see Stan and Steve negotiating that rip, while Grayson, on a back-to-back heat run, has opted just to sit in some still water to save some energy, which is quite sensible, as you know, with the just under 17 minutes remaining, there's still opportunity for Grayson to get a couple, and if he moves up into that position of winning this heat, he needs that extra energy to continue through to the finals. So Grayson is paddling for one over here. Just went under him, went a little bit fat for him. And he's definitely conserving his energy by positioning himself over there at the east end of Rye Ocean Beach. Quite a popular break, this one. We see a lot of the locals gather here for sunsets and socialising, talking about surfing themselves, and it's quite a gathering of locals. It's gone a bit quiet for this heat's competitors. Still a fair bit of time left. Just 14 and a half minutes to go. That's that high tide just making things just that little bit more mellow. This is round 1 of the state titles for KSV. There will be a Kneeboard Victorian champion crowned later this year, I do believe. And points accumulated from each event will go to their tally, their total, to see who can take out Kneeboard Surfing Victoria. Stan's made his way to the west, given the fact that a lot of action isn't happening out the front of the car park here. And he's hoping to get hold of one of these left-handers, which it looks like Stan will let this one go. But he's definitely positioned himself where he may get an opportunity. He's having a good look at this one. There's a bit of backwash in it, fills up on him and goes underneath. Just under 13 minutes remaining. And Stan has definitely found himself a left-hander. No, he's actually pulling the trigger on a right. Great off the bottom. Wiggles down the line to tee off on that closeout. Grab rail, drop into that one. Excellent ridden wave there by Stan Coford. Let's go to the KSV replay. See what unfolded there for Stan. Here in the judges box, keeping a sharp eye out for these surfers today. Straight off the bottom, negotiating that wobble, tees off, holds on tight, and rides out cleanly. Decent amount of points in that one. And here we have Grayson having a good look. He's pulled the trigger. Is he going to get hold of it? No, it goes underneath him. Bit of frustration, I reckon, after that effort. Really wanted that one. He put a lot of effort in. He's come across from the east end. He's going to get an opportunity here. He's come unstuck. The rider in white saw him come unstuck. And he wanted it too. Steve. Probably be a little bit frustrated in that one. He could have got a few points on the board. But Grayson did come unstuck, but he's having a good look at this one. Steve's up and riding. Beautiful down the line. Unfortunately, that lip comes down and knocks him off the board. You can see he didn't have much time there to actually get to the lip to really tee off on a floater or anything there, and we'll see that in the KSV replay here as Steve has a really good look at this one and opts to go for it. He had considerable speed down the line and just had to really, not much time in that one to really get anything done and dusted. Great effort though by Steve. Grayson's having a look at this one here. He may get onto it, he really wants it. Doesn't. And we see Stan's found the inside, but he's just hoiked it off the back there. The wind's got hold of his board, thrown it up over his head. And Grayson's found one too. Sliding into it, it's doubling up. He's pumping to get to the bottom of it. Nothing in it. Stan's staying busy. He's found a quick in and out. Probably just trying to wiggle his way back up into the corner here. Repositioning himself. Just under 10 minutes remaining. You can see Steve having a good look at this one. Goes underneath him. Grayson having a good look as well. Stan didn't even get a piece of that. Steve's having a look. He may go. No, he doesn't. Grayson does. Opts for a left, but straight into the drop. there on the double up, off the bottom, gets to the lip late but rides out cleanly. Really hard to negotiate that turn there, really tight turn, not much room to move. Good on him for having a crack at it though. Let's have a look at the KSV replay. And we see him drop down into this double up. He just got to the lip a little bit late, but busted through that whitewater and rode out beautifully clean. Good surfing there by Grayson. Definitely some decent points in that turn. So scores yet to drop there for Grayson. He may get the jump, and he does with a 2.83. He gets the jump on Stan Coford. Now what Stan will need now is a 1.5, so if he can find that with just under 8 minutes remaining, there's a good decent amount of competition in this heat. Steve needs a 2.32, so that's even possible too if Steve gets himself onto one of these right-handers. Down the line, Stan knows he needs that score, and here he is, taken off beautifully, tees off, rides out cleanly, tries a little bit of a foam climb there to add some more points to it. He got to the lip a little bit late there though, so we'll see that here in the KSV replay. And there's Stan, found it nice and easily in under Grayson, straight off the bottom and into the lip. Rides out cleanly, so it'll be interesting to see what the judges have on offer there for that ride from Stan. And but great option for him to pull the trigger with a fair bit of time left in this heat. As we see more sets approach him, with just under 7 minutes remaining. And Grayson, Steve finds one, bomb, goes over the falls. Gets absolutely vaporised. Not 100% sure if he's okay. It looks like he is. Oh, he's throwing his hands in the air. Did we capture that one on the KSV replay? Let's hope we did. There's that bomb there. Steve gets obliterated by the... There we go, the young lad out the back. Grayson fanging down the line. Beautiful cutback there by the lad. How about that? That was a decent set, some good waves ridden. Surely we got Grayson's ride there on the KSV replay. And here we go, there's Steve's vaporisation as that backwash hit him and ejected him off the top of the wave, with Grayson laying into a beautiful cutback, then kicks out. Steve still negotiating his way after that gnarly wipeout. Andy Whitehead preparing himself for the next heat. You'll see him in the yellow jersey. No, that's white, Keith. Keith, that is a white jersey. Just to remind yourself what the colour spectrum is all about. Oh, I've got to have a laugh. Steve's got his breath back after that wipeout, just making the round trip around. Back into the lineup with a decent amount of time left, 4.5 minutes. As we see, the yellow flag is flying to let our competitors know in the lineup that we in the remaining 5 minutes of this heat, as Stan, the journeyman, makes his way. over to the west end of Rye. Grayson's still sitting nice and steady out the front here. And we may see some action in this last 3.5 minutes of the heat. Stan's really going hard west on this one. Grayson's holding tight out the front. Stan only needs a 2.8. Whether he finds that or not is yet to be known. With Grayson finding another one out the front here. Just went under him though. Stan's negotiating the sets down his section. He's had to duck dive that one. Grayson's having a good look at this one. He lets that one go. Stan got out under that one cleanly, and he's having a good look at this one. He's pulled the, no, it closed out on him, so he opted not to. Grayson's given himself a fair opportunity by staying here on the right, but he's had to negotiate a few duck dives out of that set. Whilst we see Steve over in the channel just recuperating from that wipeout. Grayson's found a little inside, a double up, presents well, hits the lip. Just a little unstuck there, but he's really having a good crack, the young lad. And here we'll see it on the KSV replay. Grayson finding another little one. He saw it early and he wanted it, even though it was a double up. A tricky one to negotiate. And here we have Steve finding himself one after recuperating, hard off the bottom. Stan Cofer may have found himself an absolute gem out here on the left, which he has, and he's into it. Humming down the line is Stan Cofer. Big cut back there. Finds some more pace in it. Tees off the top. Rides out cleanly. Beautifully well ridden wave there by Stan. Lots of points in that. He may even jump up into first position, given the fact that that was the biggest wave of the heat. Let's go to the KSV replay as we see Stan here. Finds it cleanly, gets into it nicely and hums off the bottom into a sweeping cutback. And then tees off the top. So we're going to have Paul O'Neill join us here on the live broadcast in a minute. And in saying so, we will add him in before too long. All right. There we go. Scale pulled down. Oh. Done. Oh, Stan finds another one. Okay. Paul, thanks for joining us here. I'll just make sure your audio is working. You are on air.
Hello, Keith, you got me.
How are you today?
Good, mate. Can you hear me there?
Yes, got you on air, mate. Can hear you loud and clear.
Fantastic. How you going?
Good, yeah. That's
Looks
the end of
like
that
some pretty
heat.
good conditions out there.
Pardon?
How's the conditions looking? It looks okay from the camera.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, tricky from time to time, given the fact that it can get a bit moody after the sets with the water moving around.
Yeah, there's still plenty of swell, isn't there? The swell this week, I was speaking to Brucey before, it looks the swells have been coming in over forecast all week. They've been forecasting 3 to 4 foot, and it's been more like 4 to 6 on the beaches.
Yeah, he presented those facts.
Did he?
He most definitely did.
Oh, very good. Very good. What are we up to? Semi-final heat 2 now. This looks like a stacked semi, this one.
Yeah, go for it, mate. You going to call this heat?
Yeah, we can call it together if you like. We'll chip in and around and see how we go. We've got Andy Whitehead's in danger of being fair-weathered here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's
I
a bit
guess
of
top
marine
two,
life
top
out there
three
with
last
Stang Coford. I'll just zoom in, see what we can see what it is. There it is.
Oh, that looks like a seal.
Yeah. Looking for its lunch.
Yeah. Right, and another shark.
So how's the weather over your way this morning, Paul?
Beautiful, mate. We've had the most amazing week of weather over here. It's for sort of late April, early May. It's been incredible. It's mild. We're walking around in shorts and t-shirts all day. Still surfing in a 2 mil wetsuit. Amazing.
Yeah, I got in contact with Dad down in Tassie and he said this kind of weather is the way it was back in the old days.
Yeah. Well, my wife's in Tassie at the moment on a girls' trip and Hobart's 25 degrees today. Amazing.
That's unusual.
Hence why I'm up there with you, Keith, because we both can't be away. Well, here we go, paddling for a wave here. This looks like Pete going to take priority over Andy. Up and riding. Close out Rio. Does he ride out of it? No.
No, he got a bit loose there on that top turn. Here we go, rider in red, Owen. Tubed.
Pulled in.
Almost punched out of that one.
Ooh, yes. Yeah, nice effort. Yeah, not really. That really pinched that wave off the end, didn't it? Not giving him much opportunity. These two boys will be tuning up for Brazil later in the year, Keith. Heading over to the World Titles in August, yeah.
Right, yeah, that backwash there for Owen didn't really present that tube. Sorry, Andy got a wave there.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have a look I'll see if I can bring up live heats and see whether I can score a bit from over here. This is good. We're able to do this bit of remote commentating.
Absolutely, Paul. You are a gem on the microphone.
Well, I need my little sparring partner, Stanley. We had a lot of fun at the Phillip Island contest earlier in the year commentating.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's just made his way to the sand, actually.
Oh, maybe we can get an interview with him. I'd like to interview Stan, actually.
Yeah, potentially.
Any chance of an interview?
I think so. Absolutely.
Terrific. Let's see if we can get a bit of feedback from him on the conditions and where he's at.
Yeah, I'll get him over here as soon as he can.
I wonder if we could get a waterproof mic and he could commentate the final while he's in it.
That'd be interesting.
In the water. Like,
probably need a sandwich bag for what I've got on offer.
He might.
To keep it waterproof.
Who's that on the WSL? The guy that sits out on the surfboard, Kaipo.
Yeah.
He's out there commentating, so yeah.
Oh, in the inside here. Pete! Oh! How was that?
Much smoke there.
Oh, out the back, Andy. Whew. Bit of action there. And then we got Owen having a look.
It does look very tricky, these conditions.
Yeah, there's that left. And that left will stop every now and then the right hander will kick in over on the east end.
Where are we at first or second car park, Keith?
Oh, we're at Rye Ocean Beach.
Oh, we're at Rye.
Yeah.
Rye.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, that really is the Fairweather's home ground there. They should be right across these conditions. They virtually live there.
That's right. They've been actually lapping it up over the last couple of weeks. Spoiled with all that.
I want to shout out to Rod Thalberg, our president, KSV president. He's laid up at the moment. He was going to come down to the comp, but he's a little bit under the weather. So I know he's tuned in and watching and having a look. So big shout out there, Rodney. Hope you're feeling better, mate. All the best.
Thanks for tuning in, Rodney.
Set out the back. It's a solid looking set.
Andy.
We got a nice one. Yep. Be a couple of turns in here.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
And we've got the fair weathers out here having a good look. Oh, wrong camera. Bear with me.
Got a couple of cameras running there, Keith.
Yeah, 4 in total.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've got this one here, Paul, which is the view.
Yeah, right over wide screen.
And we've got the team.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got the action.
Judges hard at work in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot to manage, sometimes.
It is. You're doing a tremendous job, Keith. We're rapt that we can have you on board doing this broadcast because it's really, really high quality, mate. So thank you.
Oh, I'm stoked to be involved as well.
Yeah. It's tremendous, mate. Really good quality.
Especially
I know we've got,
when the lads are getting some good waves.
Tuning in as well.
Pardon?
What's that, mate? You go.
Oh, I was just saying, when there's a lot of action too, and the waves are pumping, it's nice.
Yeah, yeah. I think we have a couple of Brazilian guys tuning in, watching the broadcast too.
Doing some intel.
Yeah, maybe just doing a bit of homework for later on in the year when we head over to Brazil. I think Owie would be one of the favourites. I was listening to a really good podcast. Oh, here we go. Up and riding. Crystal Pete. How's that, Rio? Very smooth.
Absolutely.
Very,
Let's
very
go to the
smooth.
KSV replay. See what action we've got there. You want to call this one, Paul?
Yep. Andy swinging. And yeah, Pete tic-tacking across the section. Belts that lip. That's a very smooth Rio. Very nice.
Yep. Yeah, he was in good flow.
Smooth in and out of the water is our Pete. He's just a smooth operator out of the water. It's even smoother.
Here we go, Owen having a look.
Alright, we're on live action here with Owie. He's going to double up this one. He could give this a good whack too. Sizing it up. Goes bang! Oh, that's a good turn. Release the fins at the top. Very clean, tremendous. The judges will have to consider that. That's a very good turn. I wonder if the judges are able to dial into the replay to help them determine their score.
Yeah, they can if I capture the wave. Yeah.
Yeah, because in the WSL they often refer to the replay to help them with their score. But that's a great turn from Owen there. He's lined it up smoothly, released the fins at the top of the turn, and rode out of it very cleanly. That would be easily the highest scoring wave of the heat, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It should
Absolutely.
be.
Stan's just over there. He's still hasn't returned his jersey yet. Might be able to get him on the mic soon.
Let's get him in for a little interview and a mic action.
Yeah.
He loves a bit of mic action. Does our Stanley? It's pretty tight at the moment. All three surfers on 7 point something. So looking very tight,
income.
but I wonder whether Owen's score hasn't dropped yet because that was a pretty nice turn, that one. Been watching a bit of Gold Coast this morning, Keith. They're running the contest of Snapper Rocks in bloody good conditions.
Right, yeah, no, I haven't tuned in today. I all focusing on the KSV event.
Nice work.
But I watched a bit of the first day, which was yesterday.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty good conditions.
Yeah, it's a hell of a wave just out Snapper. There's only 2 guides out. My goodness. So that's a dream, that is.
I surfed on Wednesday with Timmy Cadwell, just him and I.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was a good
Down here?
session.
Yep.
And then about 40 minutes later, the whole crew rocked up.
Here's Zoe again. Another closeout. Boom. Oh.
Andy's having a look out the back. Doesn't get it. Let's just go to the replay
Right,
there for
starting to
Owen.
shape up a bit. Yep.
Pardon, Paul?
These right-handers look like this might be starting to shape up a bit more as the tide fills in.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, it was around about the 11 o'clock mark. I predicted things would tidy up with a bit more water on it.
Yep, just in time for the finals.
Yeah.
So Keith, how many of these broadcasts would you do a year? Is this like a bit of a semi-regular gig for you nowadays, or what do you?
Struth, it comes down to availability. I think I'm tallying at about 5 or 6 a year.
Oh, yeah?
Give or take, 1 or 2.
Is it something you're looking to grow and to do more of?
Yeah, absolutely. I just reached out to Surfing Victoria. Hang on, a bit of action here, Paul. For the Indigenous titles.
Yeah, right.
But they sort of weren't interested.
Okay.
And I think that might be due to a couple of resource sort of scenarios, I think. I was going to go up to Coffs Harbour in May for a bodyboarding comp, but their budget didn't allow for my travel up there. So yeah.
Look, I think if some of these organisations would see the quality of your broadcast, I think that'd be crazy not to get you on board.
Yeah, I'm going to reach out to Tall Keyboard Riders for their, what is it, Hell's Bells or something comp, where they get all the clubs together.
Yeah, right, that'd be good.
I think what makes it is the commentators, really. And the surfers in the water and the surfers.
Well, it's pretty tight heat right now. 7-3, 7-2, and 7-1. You can't get much tighter than that. And a bit at stake too. We're the place in the final here. And our reigning state champ Owen, or equal reigning state champ along with Stan, he's at the moment in 3rd place. So put another wave together. Once we get through to the final here. And you having a look. Ooh, gee. Not many options. A good run of the our sponsors up in the corner there too, Keith. The major sponsors for this. Oh, here's a good one from Owie. Can you line this up? No, it's not going to do much either.
Yeah,
very tricky.
Run away from him, that one.
Yeah, you've got a better view of it than I have.
Yeah, you might be a little bit delayed where you are. Not too sure.
There's a replay coming through now. Yeah.
Oh, there we go, a bit more action. Nope, no one pulled the trigger on that. Andy was having a look.
Let's have a look at the details. I gave Owen's nice turn off the top there, a 4.77, that nice clean top turn where he released the fins. Andy got a 5.77 for that long running left-hander. He probably got about 3 turns in.
Yeah.
That we saw. And then Pete's scores a 4.67 for that closeout row that Pete did. So, yeah, very, very tight here. Very tight. 6 and a bit minutes to go. Not much in it at all.
No, definitely scoring those big turns quite high. We noticed that benchmark set in the first heat of the day where Stan went over to the west end and just put in a nice big wrapping cutback on about a 3 to 4 foot wave. So yeah, they're scoring those bigger turns with a whole lot of volume in the points.
Was Stan in the first? Oh yeah, first two today. Yeah, he's got a 4 and a 5.
Yep.
Oh, he got a
He said-
6-3 for one of his. He must have got an 8. He's got a 7-8-3 for another one of his. So here's Davey Sexton getting ready. G'day, Dave. This must
Paulie
be
says
the,
g'day, Dave. Paulie says
we have a
g'day.
quick
You want to
word
say
with
g'day?
Dave.
Hello, Paul.
Hello, Dave. How you going there, mate?
How you going, mate?
Can you hear me?
Yep, just.
Can you hear me there, Dave?
Yep.
Just how are you looking for this B grade final, Dave? You're gonna impress the judges with a couple of big turns
Nah,
with your local knowledge?
Not going too good paddling, mate. Been out of the water with 2 fractures in a toe. So,
Oh, you got
see how I go. I got to go anyhow. We're about to go out.
Good luck, Dave.
See you, bud. Thanks, mate.
See you, mate. All the best. There's Owie. And that's a good turn from Owie. That'll get him up. That'll boost his score up. I don't think Andy did much with his wave. They're running off, as Keith said. These lefts are running off very quickly. But Owie's managed to fit a turn in here. On the edge of the barrel and flicks that around, and right in front of Andy, he's gone bang. Thanks very much. I think that'll go into his top 2. I think that's that one of Owie's. That'll boost him up. But still an opportunity with 3 and nearly 4 minutes to go. Still, it's anyone's game really. Opportunity for any of these boys to finish in the top 2.
And Andy Whitehead got one all the way to the sand while that replay was playing.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, so we'll see some points drop for Andy.
Yep. Yeah, well, Andy's carrying a 1.4 in his top 2, so that'll probably be bumped. He'll jump up for sure.
Yeah.
This is still very tight at the moment. Several scores to be dropped by the judges. Oh, he's carrying a 2.3 in his. I reckon he'll ditch that as well. Maybe those two boys might bump Pete out. Let's see.
I've got Stan here for you, Paul.
Oh, terrific.
Paul's
Stanley.
online.
Hello, Paul.
Hello, Stanley.
How are you, mate?
How are you? Good to hear.
Good, thank you. It's a lovely day down the beach here. Wish the banks were really lining up, but they're not.
Looks like hard work out there, Stan.
It certainly is, mate.
Yeah. But you've managed to...
It's just chopping and changing a lot, with the rips and the gutters through it. But, as you can see, the boys have still got some good, solid bashes off the lips. That's, I think, Andy.
Yeah, I'm just watching Andy through here on a left-hander, and it's a very tight heat, this one, Stan. All 3 boys are in the 7s. Very tight heat.
Yeah, very tight, and all capable surfers. I haven't got any dirt on these boys to really can them a bit. You've got
I just
ponytail
Pete
Pete
there
with no more ponytails, and his
Ponytail Pete,
son, Owen.
Did Pete have a ponytail back in the day?
I'm actually finding it hard to hear you, Paul.
Oh, sorry. Did Pete have a ponytail back in the day?
Sorry, mate, I can't hear you properly. Oh, how's that wave? Look at the ride on that. And here we go. So you can see there's no actual line-up, it's just random peaks, and you're lucky if you get onto it.
Owi's jumped to 12 here. The judges have given him a good score for that wave. Owi's jumped to the front of this heat. He's at 12.2. Andy's jumped up to 10, and Pete's he's a distant third at this stage at 7. Pete will need in the next minute. Pete will need a wave. Otherwise, he's going to get relegated out. He won't make the final. So this is a big flip because Pete was leading the heat up until about a minute or 2 ago. Both Owen and Andy have gone past him. Surfing,
Yeah, well, that was a
boys.
pretty radical turn by Owen, that explosive Rio with the rail grab on that lefty. It was all critical power.
It was. Yeah, good call. And it was a radical turn. He had the board virtually out of the water.
It's probably the highest heat total of the day so far, what the Owens scores. How do we slow this lad down? Just the Throthburger.
Good question. He's going to be tuning up for Brazil later in the year, and he'll have to go to Brazil. I would think he's going to go to Brazil as one of the favourites for the Open, let alone the juniors. Well,
That's the
end
5
of the
minute
heat
flag.
span. All
That's the
over.
red. Oh, the heat over. So Owen and Andy progressing, and Petey bowing out.
Pete can bow out. Pete can come and join us in the commentary booth.
Well, at least we won't get fair weathered in this heat, next heat. The fair weathered feather dusters.
Yeah, and we won't get Teagle Turkey tickled either.
Don't you start that. Tim still hasn't heard all that. You started with the duck's nuts and the feather down.
And now we're into the ponytails.
Yeah.
What
You
have
got
we
the.
now? We got the B grade final now, Stan.
I think it's A grade final. I don't think there's a B grade today. Oh, it could be B grade. Don't ask me, I'm a blonde.
Who's in the,
Here we
who's
go.
in the A grade final?
Oh, just didn't reform. Oh, that's Poisonous Pete.
Coming in.
Up and surfing. Oh, that's Andy Whitehead. So they're coming in from the last heat.
We do have now. We've still got the Open Semi Heat 2 running on live heats. Yeah, that's not correct. Andy will have to rejig that because we haven't got the B grade final. It's running the Open Semi again. You need to get onto to Andy when he comes up the beach and just rejig this live heats, boys.
Yeah, well, this is the semi for the B grade, I think. Or it could be the final. Either it's A or B grade. I'll find out in a second.
Yeah.
But there's some capable surfers in there, you know.
Yes.
Can you read the list there?
I can. In the final, there's Red, there's Alistair Ryan, Davey Sexton, Gary Finger, and Brucey Sherlock.
Yeah, there's some pretty capable surfers in there. And on their day, they're good open surfers. Davey Sexton then.
Brucey progressed very well through. Going to have to get that live heats rejigged, Stan, because at the moment it's still showing Open Semi Heat 2.
Okay.
Running. So get Andy or even
well, there's not too many in the control box at the moment. So when Andy comes in.
Yeah, I'm not sure that the big grade final has started yet. It may not have started.
Yeah, no, it's started. The green flag's up.
It has?
We have a paddler. I think that's Brucey Sherlock. Oh, cover up. Bit of a dusting. I'll just talk to Andy on the way through.
Yeah, just let him know that live.
Good on you, Andy. Progress through. Yep.
Fair with a sandwich.
Yes, you didn't get fair weathered. All right. The feather dusters. We just need to change this on the format's reading open semis, and it's the B grade final or the A grade final.
No, that's right. There you go. B grade final.
No. If we go over here, that's what's happening.
So here we go. The man with a gift on all the technology. He's going to give it a tickle up, not with a feather duster, but with his fingers.
God we've got Andy on board. Without him, I don't know where we'd be staying.
As you can see, the swell sort of backed off and it's playing weird games. Perfect conditions. It's just the sandbanks aren't lining up for us.
So you elected to go to Rye this morning, Stan? Was that a... Yeah, because it was originally...
Yeah, another board riders club had their event on, the local board riders club down here, and they claimed 2 banks. They run 120 people through in a day. So we were relegated to find somewhere else. There was banks firing all week last week, and we've had a big swell, and it's changed all the shape of the banks this week.
Yeah, we had earlier in the week, the swell was really quite solid, wasn't it?
Yeah, even yesterday it was 8 foot.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah, I thought, in a way, you wish it was a bit bigger so we could surf some reefs. But
so in between sort of swell.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, we got to do that over here.
It's sort of four foot out there on the sets out the back. It's just straight. It's really straight, and the gutters aren't working. So for guys to get a turn, they're doing really well.
Yeah.
And here we go, some guys looking at some waves.
Old Ryan in white, and Gary Finger in blue. There, one turn. Oh, he was doing that a bit. And Andy, a one turn wave is going to get through.
Yeah, I mean, halfway through this heat, I'll have to just pull the pin, Paul, because I'm into the final of the Open.
Well, we wondered, Stan, whether you might be able to get you a waterproof microphone and you could paddle out and commentate while you're surfing the final. That'd be quite novel.
Bit like Strider, eh? The guy does the professional stuff at Bell's and on the tour.
Yeah, we were saying that. What's his name? Yeah, Strider does it in the water a bit, and the other one is Kaipo.
Yeah, Kaipo.
Yeah, I think that might be a bit of an innovation. Get going a live commentary where they're actually surfing the heat.
Oh, you wouldn't want to hear some of my language out there.
You might hear some abuse from some of the other competitors as you run them over.
Slice and dice.
I had a surf with Turtle yesterday, and he was telling me how you actually landed on top of Baldy one day.
Yes, at the Phillip Island Pro, and I didn't see Baldy. He was in a white shirt in white water, and I thought, that's a lovely right-hander. So I decided to take off on it, and I ran Baldy over and cut his board in half.
Oh, cut his board in half.
Cut his board. That was back in 2002.
Wow, that's a good effort.
Yes, you can think that everyone in the island loved me for a while.
Yeah, taking out the local.
We're having a rematch of the Minos comp, and we're going to drop on the same wave again today, Stan. Yeah. Is that coming up?
Andy said he would like me to join him on a wave in this next heat. He's very, very touchy sort of guy. Loves a hug.
We'll look forward to that.
Yeah. So am I. It's cold out there. I hope others don't get jealous.
So who you got in the final? You've got yourself, Stan, Owie, and who's the fourth guy in the
Andy.
Final?
And
Andy, you,
Owen.
Oh, and Grayson. Grayson's made the final.
Grayson.
That's a good effort. Terrific.
Yep. One that's soon to become a powerhouse in kneeboard surfing. A young guy, super fit, athletic, courageous, comes from a life-saving background.
Yes. Yeah, no, he can handle himself in the water, Grayson. No doubt about that at all. Who we got taking photos there? In the foreground there.
We've got a friend of mine, Sean Bowles. He's taking photos. And then you have Jess Stevens. He's taking photos. So we're pretty well covered. Carve Media, they're loving us down here. We've got Bendigo Bank, one of our sponsors, as long as the other one too. Waratah Meats, you supply us, don't you, Paul? Strapper. If there's anyone else I've missed, I apologise.
Island Surfboards.
Yes, Island Surfboards.
Very responsive club. And Strapper with, as we said, with Nick DeSazio. Here we go. Yellow paddling.
And didn't get onto it.
Davey Sexton, the local lad. Yeah,
as you can see, there's not much running off.
No, very difficult. Very difficult conditions. So, Stan, we're having a contest over on the West Coast in August, I believe.
Yes, looking forward to that. It's been a lot of years.
The last one we had over there was quite a famous contest.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yep.
It's about 8 foot 13 feet.
I didn't know whether to paddle out, cry, rock in a fetal position, ask Mummy to help me. It was a good solid day.
Were you in the very first heat of the day when it was still a bit foggy?
Yes, I'd say I had a 10-foot set land on my head. It was really entertaining.
We were standing on the beach and we couldn't even tell how big it was because you couldn't see through the fog, but it sounded solid. And then you boys paddled out the back and it cleared and we went, oh hell, that is bigger than what we thought. That was triple overhead.
I had the wrong size board and lack of fitness. Well, as you can see, these boys haven't had much on offer in this heat. And you can see the boys are paddling out, way out the back to surf the Rye Reef.
Are they a bit too far out, do you think, Stan, or what are you thinking from the beach?
Well, I think they're just hoping a wave stands up on the reef out there so they can get a carve. So, just see there's some sets on the way now. Might be a good call. So whoever's in red.
I don't think we've got a score on the board yet at the 13-minute mark. I don't think we've got a single wave written yet, so it's not going to take much
to win this heat.
heat.
So we have someone out the back.
Oh, here's a nice one.
That looks like Dave Sexton.
Local boy on a good one. That's a nice turn, Dave.
Very nice cutback.
What a beautifully. In the context of this heat, this wave should score really well.
He's just won that, and then in that heat, sorry, not the heat.
Red on up as well. A nice swooping turn. Didn't quite come round to the next section. That's
was that red? Red in red.
Is red in red?
Red. He's always ready.
Red is in red, as he should be.
Never ready.
Never ready. I want to give a bit of a shout out to Stan, to Keith.
Yes, Keith's been wonderful. He's not only is he a funny bloke, but he does a great job on the camera. Any board riders club or anything would do himself a justice if they could get Keith on board to film their events. Great to promote your sponsors and the event and the type of surfing you do.
And like there are times when he'll be filming, commentating, directing. Or, he's a man of many talents and juggles a lot of balls at times. Really appreciate him.
Yeah, he's a good ball juggler, apparently, I hear.
Well, chocolate salty balls.
Speaking the song from the chef.
The chef.
Eh? A half a pound of butter.
You know what I got? There's an air freshener stand. This is getting off track a bit. It's a little slow. I got given a present the other day, a little container or a little box, and it's called Smelly Balls.
Wow.
And what it is it's these little felt balls that are quite small, but they're felt, and you get drop of incense or a drop of perfume, and you put it on and you hang it out off your rear view mirror of your car, and it infuses your car with a lovely smell. And it's called smelly balls.
The smelly balls. It's amazing how you're always talking about soft balls, Paul. You know, if it's not duck balls.
Yeah, but they're not sponsors of the club as yet. But we could approach them, Stan. See whether they wanted to be club sponsors. It would look quite good.
Oh, they've had good promotion right now. Smelly balls.
Yeah, let's give them a look. They're a good product. I can endorse them. I've got the little felt balls hanging off my rear vision mirror in the car, and I've infused it with a little bit of lemongrass, Stan. It's very nice.
Oh, very calming.
It is calming. Yeah. When you have a hard day on the farm, sheep are escaping and getting out on the road as they did the other day. You just hop in the car, and all of a sudden, straight away.
Well, the good thing about lemongrass is it's actually an attractant used for trapping bee swarms. So I'm looking forward to them flying into your window.
Stan, if you can just give, I don't know whether Andy's available, but there's no, I don't know whether you're holding the scores back for a later announcement. You may well be. There's no scores coming up. That may be.
Excuse me, Andy. There's no scores. Are we holding them back, are we? Yeah, we're holding them back because of the finals.
For the announcement of it.
Yeah, the announcement.
Okay. All right.
Would you like us to turn them on?
Why not? It makes it a little bit easier for the commentating, but I can understand if you may not want it.
We're about to switch them on. Why not?
Okay.
We're not playing for sheep stations, so we might as well just...
Well, if we were, I'd be down there for sure.
Oh, you'd be rounding them up. Ready to sell them off.
I'd bring my dog down and I'd round them up. But I'd imagine, I would think, without seeing the scores at the minute, that Davey Sexton would be leading this heat from red. I guess.
Yeah.
Davey got a couple of turns in on a nice way to pick.
He got the pick of the waves.
He did. Local knowledge there, and I haven't seen Al, Gary, or even Brucey and Grant. I haven't seen Brucey get a wave yet.
He did get one at the very start, but it was just, a little pull in, sort of close out, hands off the rail.
Well, there we go. Scores are up. Thank you. Thanks, Andy. So Dave, they gave Dave a 7.7 for that second wave of his, so it was clearly impressing the judges there. That's a good score.
He did get high up off the white water, didn't he, when he was doing those roundhouses?
Yeah, no, that was a good wave. Very, very well served. So we've got Dave leading 9.1, Red in second 4.9, Al in third 3.3, Gary 2.4. And
Paulie, I'm going to sign out just because I want to get myself ready.
Yes, good luck, Stan.
You can see the results.
All
right, so I've got to paddle out in 2 minutes. So I'll just sign off now. Thanks, everyone, for listening. And I'll leave it to your capable hands, Paul.
Good luck in the final, mate. See if we can get Pistol Pete Fairweather to come over and do some commentary.
You'll find it. Here we go, yellow. Paul, I'm on.
Who we got here? Keith?
Yes.
Ooh. How are you, mate? Back?
Yeah.
Now,
trying to capture all the moments.
Just dropped out for some reason.
Yeah, live heats has. I don't know which camera I'm bloody operating. Confusion.
Right in tight.
Here we go, red. Red. That's the camera we want. Oh. So how are you finding the broadcast there at your end, Paul?
Well, since I've been on, it's been very good on YouTube, but since I've been on the link where I'm commentating, it's a bit chattery.
Ah,
You know
yep.
what I mean? That's okay, that's fine. I can still see what's going on. It's not bad. But the YouTube one is very smooth and very good.
Yep.
What most people would be seeing, I'd imagine.
Oh, it's good to hear. Well, lo and behold, this is the first time I've had a remote guest here. So KSV for the win.
Yeah, I reckon it's good, mate. It's working well. Love to be sitting there beside you, but
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know whether Andy's still available or not, but we don't have a live heat
Andy,
time or
live heats is non-existent.
It's non-existent.
It's dropped out.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let me fix that up.
Well, he's got to go out and surf.
Back on or
No,
not?
not on those
No. Oh, we've got some action. Oh, wrong camera. Yeah, she can be a task and a half here sometimes.
Yeah.
Just trying to, like I said, I've got the 4 cameras running. And here's Blue out the front having a look.
Yep. Yep.
And we got Grayson making his way out for the next heat.
The open, that'll be the open final.
Yeah. And Ollie's hit the sand as well.
There's Yonoe. What Grayson looks like he's riding one of those big Pierce boards. It looks very similar to Owie and Pete's boards.
Right, let's have a good look here.
That's good. That's good camera work. Yeah. Little quad fin there, little black quad.
Right,
Yeah. Nice.
nice and quick. He's got the 1 flipper.
Yeah, the old 1 flipper is a little bit favoured by some of those boys. Pete and Owie usually share a flipper.
Okay.
They usually have 1 each. They're trying to cut back on, it's going to be expensive these days. They're trying to save a bit of money. Still haven't got live heats here.
No, well there's Andy there. He's keen to go surfing.
Yeah.
Yeah, still no live heats here as well.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a juggling act.
Yeah. No, it's not coming through at all at the moment. It's happened there. With a Rosie. Take a phone call. Back in a minute.
Yep. Check. over the falls there. Struth. That was hectic. And the heat is underway. If Red's in the heat, he's found a beauty. Oh, in under there for the shampoo. Into a wrapping cutback. Rebounds off the white water. Rebounds again into a wrapping cutback. It's going a bit far. Pumping it in to the inside. Snaps it to the shorey. Oh, the Owen on the shorey down here. Oh, action galore. Ocean's come alive as soon as that siren went. Are you kidding me? Gee. How about that? The judges have got their work cut out for them. All right, so back in action. It's all happening. Oh, and on the inside, here we go. Almost got a keg there. Ah, live heats is back up. Awesome, all right. Let's get that back on the screen. Ah, Paul, you're back on. Sorry, mate. You there?
That's all right. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep. I had you muted.
You muted me.
I don't know how long you've been talking for.
Only 25 minutes.
I just saw you back in your chair and I was like, oh, bugger.
Yeah, no. I'm right to go, mate. Good timing.
Yep, and live heats is
opening
back in
3.
action.
Oh, that's great. All right, we'll get this final going. Stan with a great opening ride, 6.1. That's a good opening ride. That might be a keeper in these conditions. Are we short up and out? Yep, right to go. Should be a good quality final, this one. We've got last year's equal winners, Stan and Owen, equal winners of the state titles. Stan and Owen. We've got young Grayson, good up and coming surfer. And we've got Andy Whitehead, who is our tech guru. Thank God for Andy. A lot of this wouldn't be possible without Andy. Without Andy and Keith, I think we'd still be writing scores on bits of paper and handing them over to Rosie to tabulate. But we've moved into the modern age with live heats and live YouTube broadcasts. So there's a few crew out there tuning in. Give us a shout out, give us a thumbs up on YouTube if you're watching. Feel free to comment. Let us know how it's looking on all parts of the world. We've got people tuning in from Brazil. Shout out to the Brazilians. We'll be seeing you in August later in the year for the World Titles. On the inside here without a Rashi.
I think that might be Bruce.
That's young Brucey coming in.
Yeah.
See if we can get Brucey when he comes in to jump on the mic for a minute.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's blue, paddling, having a look. Still pretty tricky conditions by the look of it, Keith.
Yeah, shifty here and there. We've got a couple of competitors way over on the reef, and here's Yellow having a look at this one coming in. And then we've got two directly out in the front here on this shore break. So it's a big playing field at the moment.
Yeah, righto.
Now the back red. Oh, Struth, wrong camera's playing.
Is this red again, is it? Similar wave to his first one?
Yep.
Good bit of local knowledge here from Stanley, milking it right the way through. He's going to line up for a big finish here. This could be huge. Yeah. Boom.
Oh, Owen on the shorey. Oh, you're kidding. Owen just launched a huge manoeuvre on the shorey. Oh,
And he
it's
brought
hard to
out.
have
We
the
didn't
cameras
see-
everywhere.
Yeah, we didn't get that one. Was that available on replay, Keith?
No, mate, there was no cameras on him.
Right. Okay. No
You got the
worries.
shot, didn't you? Yeah. There's still.
No, not for Owie. We were on Stan.
Yep.
We've got Owie now, but just after it was all done. Did he make the move?
He did. He had a lot of pace, and he just came cleanly off the bottom and just hit the lip right at the perfect time and floated out of it into the flats and rode out cleanly.
Right. See what the judges think of that shortly.
I was focusing over there on Stan through that shore break.
That's hard. Well, it's hard to have them both at the same time.
Yeah.
Can you
And,
split screen?
oh, if I had two camera operators, we could actually work magic.
Yeah. Okay.
It's one of those capers. And I lost Stan on one camera, so I had to get him on the other camera. So I cut over to Stan on the second camera, which that's when I saw bloody Owen just flying through the air, basically off the lip.
Yeah, right. Wow. See what the judges think of all that. What have we got? 13 and a half minutes left. Everyone, I think they've all got a score on the board. They're just waiting on a score from Grayson. But there'll be a fair bit of update to that after that flurry of waves.
Absolutely, yeah. The judges are working hard over there in the trailer.
Who we got judging there? We've got Stevie Farmer. We've got Ponytail Pete. Can't quite see the third judge in the corner there, and Rosie running the show as always.
Yep. Yeah, that third judge is tucked in the corner.
In the corner there. And there's Pete and Steve. Here's their best shot, best angle. Here comes a set out the back. Good looking set here.
Yeah. Blue's having a good look.
Andy on the 9 on the left. Oh, he's pulled in, but that was never going to do much, that wave.
Here we go, Grayson out the front. That's not Grayson, bloody Owen. He had a look, he didn't get it though.
These right-handers look like they're the best opportunity for a score. Look, I don't think those lefts are delivering much.
No. It's slowed up a bit.
Stan's dropped another big score. Stan's dropped a pair of 6s, and he's dropped a 7-3 for that. That must have been a good move, that shore break move, Keith, because he's dropped a 7-3.
Absolutely, and it was the only move, so that's what we spoke about earlier. Yeah. There's a whole lot of volume of points in those big manoeuvres.
Yes, definitely.
And a little bit gutted we didn't get it on camera, but Stan can take the credit for that one.
That's all right, mate. It's obviously the judges like that one. Stan's taken an early lead here, a pair of 6s, but Owen does have a 7.3 in his kit, so he'll be in a good position. He only needs a 5.3 to advance to first, whereas the other two boys are comboed at the moment.
Okay, and Owen's decided to actually meander across over to the other lads, just to go to let them know all about it.
He's going to tell them he's holding a 7, but he wouldn't know that at this point. We've been talking about, Keith, the guys in the WSL, they wear those watches when they're out in a heat.
Yeah.
And they look at the watch and it tells you what your score is, what the time is, who's got priority, the whole thing. It's great technology.
Yeah, it's good for them. Some of them at first thought it was a distraction. But I think they've got quite comfortable with it now.
Yeah, okay.
And I've noticed this year as well, they're doing like heart rate monitoring.
So they're out in the water. You want to put that on some of the reading on some of our old hearts wouldn't be all that good.
Especially during a wipeout.
Yeah, they might end up automatically calling the paramedics. Here we go. Here's Grayson. Chipping in. No, just didn't stand up enough. That one not big enough.
But there's a couple out the back here.
So yeah, it'll be. And he's dropped into a nice one there.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's forming up on a bit of reef, is it? Oh, big turn from Andy.
Wow. Let's go to the KSV replay for that one for Andy.
That would have been a really high score. If he'd have landed that would have gone into the excellent range.
Yeah, most definitely.
Lined up beautifully. And boom, on the lip, comes down. Oh, just doesn't ride out. That was similar. Andy did a turn like that in the shore break last year. We had a comp at, I think it was at Gunnamatta last year, and he actually landed it. And it was a ripping slip manoeuvre. Here comes.
Here we go on the inside, Andy again. Yeah, there's a little bit of reef out there, Paul.
Is that what's standing that wave up there, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just breaking on that piece of rock with this high tide. Be interesting to see what the judges give Andy for that big floater, even though he didn't make it. The effort was there.
Yeah, they could really score that wave because it wasn't a completed manoeuvre. But had he landed that, I reckon that would have gone into the excellent range. Looking at what they've given Owen, was it a better? What did you think of that compared to Owen's? If he'd have made it compared to Owen's move?
Yeah, so Andy's, as we noticed there on live broadcast, he came down with the lip, whereas with Owens, he actually projected out in front of the lip and actually separated from the wave and then landed out on the flats. So yeah, if Andy had made his, he probably would have been in the 7 range, maybe the 6.8, thereabouts. Going by the judges' scale.
There's the judges over there. G'day, boys. Doing a marvellous job in there. So 7 minutes, just over 7 minutes left here. Stan still holding a commanding lead. But Owie would need, still needs a 5.3 to win, which is well within Owie's grasp.
Absolutely.
Andy now needs a 9.2. Grayson is still comboed. So at the moment, it's probably really between those top 2 guys. I think Andy would need to sort of lock in another score in the 5s or 6s to get himself up in a position where he can challenge.
What I'll do is I'll chuck Bruce on for you, Paul.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
Bruce. Yeah. Good. Chuck those in, step on up.
There's my microphone.
Trumpet.
So we've got a couple of, got Grayson, his first open final. Young fella, up and comer.
How are you, Brucey?
Oh, g'day Scratcher, how are you, buddy?
Good, mate. How you going there?
He did sneak up on me. I didn't even know that you were there. That's why they call you Scratcher. How are you,
buddy? Yeah, not bad, mate. The Mayor of Kilcunda. We're very lucky to have the Mayor of Kilcunda.
Ah, there we go. I just haven't got the chains around my neck.
Yeah, the mayoral robes.
Up and riding, I think that was great.
It's his final. Been a couple of big hits.
That left I was sitting on all the last heat was just not there at all. Prior to that, it was pumping through.
Yeah.
So
oh, really?
It's very up and down, really.
Yeah, these boys all seem to be sitting out on this boil trying to chip into one.
Yeah, there's like the finger of reef that goes out on the right-hand side of Rye. And it's been sort of there, but now it's when they do come through the bigger ones, that's where you want to be.
Yeah, they're quite... Andy was a bit unlucky before. He chipped into a beauty and went for...
Hello.
I'll take this ball. I'll be back in a second.
Is that your shoe? Is that your shoe phone ringing, mate? Yeah, we're quite lucky to get offshore winds. We have been for the last nearly. And it all is going to change a bit tomorrow. Still having a couple of northerly days after this change comes through, but we've had beautiful weather, 25 degrees nearly every day for the last 3 weeks. And I think middle of the week, I think it's going to be 11 degrees down my way. So yeah, put the fire on. Be looking forward to that. Here we go. Little bump coming in. Not sure it's going to be big enough. No scratches on that one. Oh, hang on. It's definitely, the swell seems to be levelling out a little bit now. Not as many big 8-footers coming through. But, down the beach, there's probably 30 guys out down the beach. Unbelievable. Looks like the Superbank. Oh, up and riding we have White.
Here's the KSV replay.
All right, we're back,
That's
are we?
Andy.
Andy's in blue.
Are we back on, Brucey? Can you hear me?
Or is he not? No, he's in white.
G'day, buddy. Up the creek. Up the creek.
And can you hear me there? Am I back on the mic?
Yes, mate. You're on there.
Oh, sorry, I had to take that call from our truck driver who's picking up lambs. So Owen's jumped up a bit. I see he's dropped to 3. Jumped up into second. Stan's still got a pretty commanding lead here.
He does,
over
mate.
2 minutes. Andy still needs a 9, and Grayson is still in combo land. So
Stanley
2 minutes
Stanley Kudafidis sort of got out on the reef there a little bit earlier than everybody else.
Didn't he? Yeah, very bit of local knowledge. Brucey coming into play there.
Yeah, mate, for sure. He was straight onto it. Got a wave out there before everyone else, sort of like gone, ooh, that's where I need to be.
Yes. He's very tactical. He's our Stan. He's our hard-working judges over there. Ponytail Pete, Stevie Farmer. Who's the third judge in the corner we can't see, Brucey?
That's TJ, Tony Jewell.
Tony's the judge.
Yeah, TJ.
Dragged him away from the fishing rods for a little
Looks
while.
like Stan's coming in already. He's already called it. He's just gone, yeah, I've just smoked all these blokes.
Dusted his hands and gone, that'll do me.
Yeah,
Just
he's
2
gone
waves
that.
too. Still only just the 2 waves.
Bit of a lull going on, mate, at this stage.
How did you go in the B grade final, Bruce?
Yeah, caught one wave, mate.
Yep.
There was a left-hander, Shorey going like the heat beforehand, and as soon as I paddled out, I've gone, yeah, that's me. And Davey Sexton and Red said, no, I'm going to go out on the reef, and yeah, mate, I just hung on the left Shorey and nothing came through. It was strange, very strange. But anyway, that's surfing.
Yeah, you do like a left shorey, Brucey, don't you?
Yes.
You love those long winding left shoreys. Home
Oh,
break of Kelly there.
up and riding his Owie on the shorey. Oh, nope.
Let's see. It's not on camera. Down to 2, 1 second. You're going to hear that better.
And the end of the final of the Open. And it looks like
Is there another wave for Owie to be scored?
there will be one more coming from Owie.
You think that was we didn't get that one on camera. Do you think that was a 5? Is that worthy of a 5?
Oh, no, mate. He's sort of like he did a bottom turn and it sort of like closed down on him, mate. So we got Stanley coming in first, then Owen. So Stan got a 12.6, Owen Fairweather 10.37, Andy Whitehead 5.96, and a young Grayson 3.23. Well done, lads. And huge shout out to Keith to do our broadcast today.
Is Stan within reach, Brucey? Can we have a quick word with him after winning that?
Oh, he's still out there, mate. That was actually Mr. Whitehead paddling in. So Stan's still out the back there on the rock. He's about to catch one now.
No worries.
So this is his
quick interview with him, but he might be a fair way away. He's opened up his account strongly as defending champion of the.
For sure, mate. For sure.
Titles.
So what happened today is it was a bit unruly. So there was a couple pulled out today, but that's okay. We've got an extra comp on over the west coast in August, just before you guys head off to the. Just before we head off to the World Titles. There's a comp over on the west coast. So we're hoping to get that pumping over there during winter, and we'll include that on our calendar. So there's going to be 4 comps throughout the year, and the best 3 of your positions sort of like will count out of the 4. So it's awesome that we can actually do that sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So the West Coast comp that will count.
That could be, sorry, mate.
The comp on the West Coast will now count as your final as an aggregate comp, one of the 4.
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah.
So it's looking good. G'day, TJ. How you going, mate?
G'day, Brucey. How are you, buddy?
We've got Scratcher on the other.
How are you, Tony?
How are you, Scratch?
Good, mate. How did you see that final, Tony? We're live broadcast. How did you see that
mate,
final?
he's just going to put the ears in.
Hello.
Hello, Tony.
Hey, Paul. How you going?
Good, mate. Good. How did you see that final then?
Hey.
How did you see the final, Tony? What was your thoughts on the final?
Yeah, pretty good. I think Stan got some good ones, so he probably needed another good one to get, to win it. I think I got maybe Stan first.
Yep.
Owie second.
Yep.
Andy third and Grayson fourth, which is good to see him in the final.
Yes. Yeah. A couple of young blokes in the final with Owie and Grayson.
Yeah.
We've got a few young
driving the car now, so he's, he's one of us old blokes.
Minus about 50 years.
Oh, I'm struggling to hear. I'll put Brucey back on.
All right, mate. No worries. All the best.
Mate. See ya.
See ya.
I can't
The old bloke can't hear.
I haven't got my hearing aids in.
The old bloke can't hear, mate, so that's all right. I'll take
I needed my hearing aids in, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a ripper.
Hang on, I'll just cut my nose there while I'm there.
Oh, well, there you go. So that's the end of the day's play, really.
That's the wrap. Yeah, no, that's good. Jesse, it's tremendous. Well done, all you guys down there. Sorry I couldn't be with you, but we're able to do a bit an innovation. That's the first time Keith's done a remote commentary.
Yeah, it's huge thanks for Keith. He's a huge bonus to what he's doing for us. So
it is.
The more that he gets to know the kneeboarding sort of side than people surfing, he's leading into the Neil Luke comp. Should be really good. So we missed you here today, Scratch. I don't know if you're going to get into a wave this afternoon after you're sorting your sheep out.
Yeah, look, I'll see. If I've got time, I've got a bit of sheep lambs to get up and trucks to organise, but I'll see how I go. I had a good surf yesterday.
Yep.
You reckon it's smaller than yesterday or the same size?
Oh, it's a little bit smaller than yesterday, mate. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's definitely like lully as now. But every now and again you get a good 6 foot set still coming through out the back.
Yeah, right.
Just not that many waves coming through now. That could change though, mate. As talking to Pete Fairweather and Owen, they're just like every 10 minutes it changes here at Rye. So anything could happen.
They booted you down to Rye, did they? Buggers.
Sorry?
They booted you down to Rye. You weren't out there.
Thanks to the communications of the Peninsula Board Riders. But, anyway, it is what it is.
That's what it is. The contest on the West Coast, Bruce, have we got a location for that, or is that
Owie. Don't know if you got that one. It was a snap off the top into a 360 on the shorey.
No, we're on a widescreen there, but it's Pete Fairweather. I can just see under the red flag. He's pretty excited about that one. His hands up in the air. We're just on a widescreen looking down towards Cape Shank.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
He's near the red flag.
Yeah. So we're not getting.
I don't even know which
Yeah,
one.
so
Yes.
that comp is down on the west coast. Is that a movable comp or has that got a locked-in location?
No, that's going to be a comp that counts into the Vic title. So we're going to have four rounds, mate. We've got the one here at Rye. And then in August, we've got one in Point Impossibles.
It's a Point Impossible.
Yeah, Point Impossibles over in near 13th Beach, mate. It's,
I don't think I've ever seen it.
so that's a reef break, so it should be good winter. Should have some swell down there, no drama, mate. So it should be fine. And then October and November, we got the Phillip Island comps. So best of 3 out of the 4 will go towards the state title.
Right.
And that gives you a bit of a reprieve there, Scratch, with your working today. And you'll just have to turn up for the next 3.
So it's a right-hand reef break, is it? Point
It's a
Impossible?
right-hand reef break, mate. You should be right at home with that. It's definitely not bells, and it's definitely not winky.
We couldn't swing Winky for the contest. Winky,
Sorry?
nice. We couldn't get a permit for Winky Pop. That would have been nice.
No, I think you have to go through a lot of red tape, but we will investigate those options down the track, mate, because it'll be worthy.
Yeah.
But anyway, mate, I think I might call it a day.
Yes, me too.
Get out
Thanks
of my
very
wetsuit,
much.
bro. And we'll...
can you give Keithy a bit of thanks, bit of love?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, for us.
He's been awesome.
We'll sign off.
Everybody has really, so yeah. Fantastic.
We'll catch up.
All right, buddy.
Okay, mate.
Take care, mate. We'll chat over the next few days.
Definitely.
See you, brother. See you guys.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, Brucey. No worries. Get more members this way. Yeah.